When do you plan on retiring?
Oh, geez, never. I'm a Gen Xer, man. When are you gonna retire? Maybe 70?
How do you plan on retiring at 70, or how do you plan on retiring at all?
I mean, I think the situation is such that, I hope to have a little more money saved at the time, or I'm hoping climate change.
How much money do you think you need or someone else needs to retire or feel comfortable?
I mean, I think these days people probably need between $500,000 and $1 million, I'm guessing, with Americans living longer.
When do you plan on retiring?
I don't believe in retirement, so never.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm a business owner and entrepreneur in technology and data.
When do you plan on retiring?
Hopefully by 65 or earlier. Maybe 55 would be better.
And then how do you plan on doing that?
Working really hard and finding strategic partners to identify growth and revenue and profitability.
How much money do you think you need or someone else might need to retire comfortably?
That's a relative question because some people can live very easily with not a lot. I don't think there really is a real number. I think however you decide to live your life and capitalize on the dollars that you spend is ultimately all you really need to survive.
When do you plan on retiring?
Whenever I can, I guess. Depends on what job I'm doing. If I get my dream job, then never. If I am working a job that I hate, then hopefully soon.
What is your dream job?
To be a singer, musician, or actress, yeah.
How much money do you think someone needs or you might need to retire?
I don't know, to be honest. A lot. I guess it depends on the person, whatever you're comfortable with.
When do you plan on retiring?
Like 35. 65. I don't know, 65. Sure.
How do you plan on doing that?
Working until I have enough money.
Well, I have investments, 401ks, and then my husband has his company. He's a shareholder, so the longer he works, the more shares he gets in the company. So I'm going to make him work.
I did start a Roth IRA, so that's something.
How much money do you think you need or someone else might need to retire comfortably?
A good amount. And it has to be constant, I think.
Oh, I think you have to have at least $2 million probably to retire in liquid funds.
I have no idea. I don't know.
When do you plan on retiring?
50.
How do you plan on doing that?
Investing money after I got about enough money, house and stuff, retire.
What do you do for work, or what are you trying to do for work?
I'm still in school.
What do you want to do?
I want to be a realtor investor, something like that, yeah.
And then how much money do you think you need or someone else might need to retire?
I'll say about $800K, $700K.
When do you plan on retiring?
I don't know, my mom makes me put the money aside and all that stuff. Hopefully at a comfortable age of 60 like my dad should be doing, but economy.
Where does your mom tell you to put the money aside to?
Put it in my savings. It doesn't stay very long.
Do you ever put it into a 401k or anything?
Yeah, through work, thankfully.
How much money do you think you need or someone else might need to officially retire?
Depending on a year, especially with inflation, probably 401k.
When do you plan on retiring?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm a teacher, so hopefully earlier than 65, but probably 65.
How are you going to retire? What's going to get you there?
Working, and then hopefully getting a pension and being able to do that. I'll probably substitute or something afterward, though, so I'll probably still work, but officially retired to probably just work my way up the system.
How much money do you think you need or someone else might need to retire completely?
I don't even know. To retire, probably at least a few $100,000.
When do you plan on retiring?
Probably when I'm 60.
How do you plan on retiring?
With the current company that I'm working for now, just continuous hard work and continuing to save.
What do you do for work?
I work for a dispute resolution company.
Do you get a 401k with them, matching or?
I do, yeah. They do match. I believe it's a percentage of what I put into it, yep.
When do you plan on retiring?
I'd like to retire early, so I'm going to set up a few streams of income. I do currencies trading. So probably never, actually. I know that's not a good answer, but I really plan on working forever. I enjoy what I do, but probably financially free. I'm shooting for 25 to 30. That's my goal.
When you say currency, is that cryptocurrency?
I trade foreign exchange, so I use prop firms. Basically what they do is you take a two-stage evaluation, you pass that, and they fund you with, let's say, 100 to 200,000 capital or more, depending on the challenge you take.
How much money do you think you'll need or someone else might need to retire?
I think we're going to see a little bit of correction in the housing market within 1 to 2 years. Since the rising interest rates are going to make so the demand for housing is lower, that's going to push rent higher while keeping mortgages higher at the same time. So housing prices should increase. And usually when housing prices increase, we see an increase in the broader market as well. So basically what I'm saying is I think the inflation we're seeing now will continue based on that. So to give you a 10-year estimate on how much money you would need, living at a comfortable level, let's say you want to live in a nice apartment down here or in a suburban area, I would say, geez, probably comfortably $3 million.
When do you plan on retiring?
Hopefully 75.
And how do you plan on retiring?
Save up some money and get my retirement when I get to that age.
How much money do you think that will be when you retire? Like, how much do you think you need or someone else might need?
In Australian dollars, maybe at least $1 million.
When do you plan on retiring?
I am almost retired. I own a business that builds stained glass windows, and will be retiring within about a year.
Nice. Do you plan on selling that business, or?
Yes, I'm in the process of doing that.
What led you to making this business, and how long have you been doing it for?
I actually learned from a Sicilian stained glass artist in Detroit, and that was over 40 years ago. And that's how I got into it, and have been enjoying the work now for about 46 years.
When do you plan on retiring?
When I could feed my whole family and my community. So hopefully it'd be nice to retire about 30, 40.
How much money do you think you will need for your and your community to help them out?
I think really though, honestly, they don't take much if you want to really make an impact on the community. You know what I mean? So I want to put a price number on that. But, for me, if I want to live, lavish or, however I want to live, it'd be a nice amount. But you could do anything with, a few dollars, honestly.
When do you plan on retiring?
I have no idea. I may already be semi-retired now. I do what I want 3 days a week, so.
What do you do?
I'm an audio engineer, and I'm transitioning into voiceover work.
And you love to do that? Like, that's your passion?
I mean, it's one of my passions. Art is definitely, the main thing, doing music and sound design, whatever.
When do you plan on retiring?
As early as I can.
And how do you plan on doing that?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
What do you do for a living right now?
I'm a teacher.
So you have like a 401k or anything through the school, or?
Yes, I do, and I just started, so I don't know a ton about my 401k, so I'll have to pick. So we'll see.
So you're just gonna wing it and see what happens?
I'm gonna wing it, and I'm gonna see what happens, yeah.
When do you guys plan on retiring?
45.
I will probably be like 85. But I like what I do, so.
How do you plan on retiring at 45?
I'm basically retired right now.
Yeah, how do you do that?
There's someone very wonderful in my life. I just maybe not retired, but I personally, having my own business, just really like to work for myself, and it's just different hours, and I just hope that, someday in the future we can live a life where around 50, we're just peaceful.
And what is your business?
I do easily accessible nutrition education. It's called Easy Peasy Nutrition, LLC. It is registered. Okay. No fraud. And I just talk about general nutrition education and do private practice stuff, and yeah.